Winning on opening day is like rocking horse poop, but Blackburn Rovers do it again as, of course, they kick off their campaign against West Brom with a W. We'll talk about how it happened and more next. Back once again with another match review, looking back at Blackburn Rovers' opening day win against West Brom, and we'll get to that in just a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang, see all things Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all hear, boys, under one Rooski. That's right. Looking forward to the rest of the season, are we? That's right. Rovers opening up with a surprising win, I would imagine, with a young squad. Of course, we've got a young squad anyway, but this was like an extra young squad with the likes of Gallagher out, Ennis out, Sigerson out, and of course question marks about the goalkeeper department. We'll talk all about that in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. You know who you are. We're talking about the patrons. That's right. If you want to support the channel in another way, now's a good time. Check out the links down below. So let's get into it. And of course, revisit the game. 2-1 winners. My, oh my, what a game. What a feisty little affair as well. Rovers with a breakaway, couple of goals in about 90 seconds. Dylan McInday justifying his start. Of course, we chatted pre-game with a couple of Rovers fans, both sides of the pond. One actually going to the game, one, of course, heading to the boozer. And, of course, both tipped McInday to do very, very well. And, of course, he has just done that with his opening day goal for him. And Harry Leonard just took the same approach. Maybe a little bit of lackluster composure by West Brom, but Harry Leonard doubled up Rovers' lead within, of course, straight from kickoff. So 90 seconds of madness, you would imagine, from West Brom. Rovers 2-0 up, looking good at that point. At the start, I think West Brom were bossing us, and we were fortunate to be in front firstly, but of course, smash. Took full advantage of West Brom, playing the blame game maybe for the first goal, and then Rovers just adding a second, which kind of was a sucker punch blow to them, kind of to end their first half. Of course, a chance for Carlos Corbehan to say some words to his players. They came out fighting, of course, pulled one goal back early doors from, of course, the ever-present, ever-goal-scoring machine, that is Matthew Phillips. Again, when you look at the team news, and we'll look at that shortly, you can see that West Brom do have some tidy players, experience up and down this team. They are still lacking in numbers in the attacking department, you would imagine, but they do have some great players, both in midfield and, of course, towards the top end. So, great result for the young kids. And as you can see, very, very close in regards to shots. 14 in favour of 13 for Rovers. In favour of West Brom. Shots off target as well. So that's good stats. There are a lot of keepers were busy on both departments against set pieces as well, which is a weakness, I think, for Rovers still. We head into each and every one of these seasons without a set piece taker. An out-and-out set-piece taker. And, of course, we could have took a full advantage of both the corners and the free-kick situations if we had a decent recognised set-piece taker. Hopefully, if we are going to add some more players, that is, of course, for consideration as well. Let's take a look at the teams then, of course, starting with Rovers. We had pairs between the sticks. Right here, right now, as of recording, he is our number one goalkeeper. He could still be our number one goalkeeper come Tuesday, of course, and even still be our number one goalkeeper come Saturday. We are rumoured to be bringing in a Swede. Wallstadt is his name. On paper, you would go with Wallstadt, but right here, right now, after this performance, pairs will remain between the sticks. My hope is that we do get a Swede in on the line, and of course we can see him in action in the Carabao Cup game up against Walsall. That's of course on Tuesday, but that's for another day. Dom Heim at the back there, Hayden Carter, the dream partnership, I would say for us. Pickering, look at that value. Look at that value for Pickering, 4.8 million euros according to Transfermarkt. Joe Rankin still at 1.2 million. This is his season. If he's going to get up to those kind of dizzy figures, he's going to have to make a name for himself this time around. Lewis Travis, 5 million rated. So if the rumours are out there that linking Travis with a move, they're going to have to pay big bucks. And today, wearing the captain's armband and putting in a performance like he did today, I don't want him going anywhere. Feisty, tenacity, and hopefully him and JDT, the rumour of a beef between them, hopefully that's settled and buried quick time. Tronstad, of course, okay debut for him, a little bit more years on Travis. Good to see him get some minutes. Young Dylan McInday coming in here with, of course, a goal, look lively, and hopefully with more to come. Look at Tyrese, value of 8 million. Of course, Sammy Smodic, of course, look lively as well. And young Harry Leonard gets himself a goal, 19 years of age. The youngest man on the pitch, according to me. Of course, looking at the bench, though, we did see an even younger player, or at least of an equal age, coming on there. Adam Wharton, Hedges, Callum Britton, just three subs. There was no Ennis. He wasn't involved. No Buckley as well. And the other youngsters were made to wait their turn. As for the opposition, of course, West Brom with Alex Palmer between the sticks. Rumour has it that Luton were also looking at Palmer as as their new goalkeeper, but opted for Kaminsky instead. So Palmer remains. Kipri at the back, Ajayi, Connor Townsend, Furlong as well. We've got Chabalala in midfield alongside Yuxulu. Jeb Wallace on the, I thought it was on the left. Phillips on the right. Malumbi. And Brandon Thomas Asante, who I thought was a live wire. And I think... good season up ahead for him. I think he can cause some problems. As for the substitutions, they did play all 5 wildcards. Carl Bartley, 32 years of age this time around. Taylor, Gardner, Hickman, youngster, right back, 21 years of age. Mowat, of course, John Swift, and Jerry Semenito coming on to cause problems. And he was lively, the debutant, heading into this match. But let's take a look at the match ratings then, shall we? We'll break down these numbers in just a second. But as you can see, is how we lined up with a 4-2-3-1 for Rovers. That's, of course, in possession of the ball. As for the opposition, also opting with a 4-2-3-1. The standout players for Rovers, Travis with an 8.1. We'll break down his numbers shortly. Smodic with a 7.3. Dolan with a 7.4. As with an average of 7-11. 7-11 boys and girls for Rovers, who, of course, got a young age of 24.6 years of age per player. As for West Brom, their key man, Matt Phillips, with the goal, 7.5 for him. Yoxalu was 6.9, the next best, alongside Asante and Furlong. Of course, 28.2 is the average age, 6.74 an average for a player. And of course, down the bottom of the screen here, you can see where all the drama took place over at Ewood Park. Let's take a look at the key players then, shall we? Can we make this a little bit bigger? That's what she said, of course. And of course, I'm going to try and make it a little bit bigger for you. Right here, right now. Just bear with us a second. There we go. As you can see, Travis bossed it with, of course, 8.1% or rating from SofaScore for third party there. Tackles 4, that's what you want to see. 83% success rate with his passing. Tyrese Doyle with a 92% success rate with his passing. With Callum Britton also up there in the 90s, but of course he was a cameo. And of course, goals were coming at you from Dylan Makinde and Leonard, who doesn't feature in these stats, but of course got himself a goal, which of course what he's on the pitch to do, considering Rovers' situation in that attacking department. That's not too shabby, but yeah, stellar captain's performance, you would imagine, from Travis there, of course, crushing any rumours that he might be on his way out. Quick look at the heat maps then, shall we? As you see, Rovers from the top end there, of course, a lot of grass covered, of course, in this fantastic pitch, as Waggett would say. West Brom, though, not so much. Playing catch up a little bit, but of course when in possession they did look deadly, especially with Asante and of course Sedimento when he did come on in the second half. All right, then, folks, let's take a look at what's going on social media. Of course, Rovers, when they win, Rovers social media is a good place to be. If we lose, it's a hellhole. But today, we got lucky. And there's a little video down there, sneaky. It is, of course, JDT celebrating. The one I do, of course, friend of the channel, friend of his, of course. How is that for a return of football? Rovers getting Chris Martin, first game, big win, or for a first win, battle performance. Crisis? What crisis? Jamie said, excellent start, lads. Keep up the good work. James Willock said, well played, lads. Hats off to the young ones. Makinde did well. Leonard was really good. Man of the match. Daniel Cooper said, inject this, please. All the doom and gloom over the past few weeks. An answer like this. Proud of the boys today. Tommy said, what a result. Unbelievable bottle from such a young team. Played some fantastic football today and can really see the potential we have this season. Well done, lads. Dom Thomason. I don't think it's whatever. I don't think there's any relation there. Leonard was unreal. Well, you have to expect to miss some high pressure chances with a front three with not much experience, but he battled the whole game against experienced big centre halves. Big season up for him. Up the Rovers. Adam Sadzuki said, huge result. What a start to the season and well deserved. We've taken some hits recently, but credit to the lads and staff. Some cracking football at times. I thought I missed these nail-biting finishes during their break. Mark Collins said, this is why Hedges is vital. When Makinde starts having luck, sides will start kicking him out of the game. It's when Hedges can press and give some crap back. All the team played great. Was worried we'd go back to a back five. we are learning. Archie Ritson says 16 minutes of added time. I don't like this new sport. That was, of course, a new addition to the team there. Of course, James Willock said 3 points. New keeper incoming tonight. Dream start, of course. Niall, of course, West Brom fan here, I believe. First game of the season and everyone's already starting crying. David Neal said, worrying display on the back of poor pre-season displays. West Bromwich Albion rainbow stand. Said, bit toothless, 2 big errors and 2 goals conceded. I don't think any of us could see us scoring the 3 it was going to take at half-time. Ben said, couldn't win a second ball for anything. These players are so lazy. Again, this is a West Brom fan. All the key players ghosted. The standard of passing was abysmal. MPWEA said, lovely stuff from our captain Wallace, who doesn't know what to do with the ball apart from cross every 3 seconds. And Andy said, Ajay Kipri, CB combination should be illegal. Of course, make sure you follow me on Twitter for, of course, goal updates and all that kind of drama. All right, quick look at the games then, of course, that have gone on so far this opening day. Of course, yesterday we saw Sheffield Wednesday lose to Southampton. We got Norwich with a big 2-1 win over Hull City. We got Plymouth, big 3-1 winners over Huddersfield Town. We got Bristol City 1, Preston 1. We got Middlesbrough losing on an opening day to Millwall. That's a surprise of the day. We got Stoke City 4-1 winners over Rotherham. Swansea City could muster only a draw against Birmingham Rovers with that 2-1 win over West Brom. But probably the standout performance, the eye-catching one, is that 4-0 demolition job by Watford, Valorant Ishmael over Gareth Ainsworth, who's already probably under the cosh after a bad end to the season, and of course a lot of expectations and weight on his shoulders. That's of course what's on so far. What else do we have? Of course we have this. That's right, let's take a little look at the table. Of course it is early days, but we're going to look at it and of course admire it. Watford top of the table, of course Stoke up there with of course their free goal scoring run today. We also have Plymouth, they're doing fantastic. Stop the count. Rovers up there in 4th, Norwich up there in 5th, and Southampton up there in 6th. Going down, QPR, Rotherham, and Huddersfield. A lot of people's tips to go down, and of course they are proving to be right at the moment. Coming around the corner though, we have Coventry up against Middlesbrough. That's next weekend. We may even have a double watch along next weekend. But of course, into the full fixture list, we have Hull City against Wednesday. We have Huddersfield against Leicester, Southampton against Norwich. We have Watford against Plymouth. We have Preston against Sunderland. We have Ipswich against Stoke. We have Cardiff against QPR, Birmingham against Leeds, and Millwall against Bristol City. But of course, don't forget West Brom take on Swansea, first home game of the campaign for the Baggies, and Rovers go to Rotherham, of course, looking to oust repair the damage that was done last season. That's of course a little bit of a thoughts about me. What about the gaffer? Did he have anything to say about the game after the match? We'll take a little listen of his words and wisdom.
Extremely pleased. I think it was an exceptional win and performance. We scored 2 great goals. Really good goals, and we should probably have a 3rd, 4th, or even the 5th goal as well against one of the best teams in the league. The intensity of the team was very good. I think we played some good football as well. First half, I was not totally happy with our performance first half, but we scored 2 great goals. Second half, I thought we were the better team. We gave a stupid goal, unnecessary goal away. Conceded that. I was not happy with that one, but it was great to see almost 70,000 here at Ewood, and the togetherness and actually the atmosphere was brilliant. When after the game, just even in the rain, and watching some of the fans with that smile on the lips, that's football, isn't it?
To have 2 players scoring on their full debuts, their first full start in the league for Blackburn Rovers, they must be absolutely flying after that. Yeah,
it's great to see, and especially to see all those young lads. I think actually we were just below 24 in average age today, but see the development of those players and the joy, and of course also getting a goal. I think Harry started at the academy when he was 10. The first thing he said after the game, I said, well done Harry, extremely, you played a good game, you scored a great goal. I should have had a hat-trick. Yes, you should have a hat-trick, but that's the ambition for a boy. It's also good to see Dylan. We all know that Dylan had a difficult period as well. He came back in the preseason with the right attitude, and he's been working hard and doing the right things in the preseason. So I'm also pleased for him.
Has Harry Leonard set a level for himself today that you will expect to see whenever you put him up there? Because he works so hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it's a great job. Football is the best in the world, so of course you should work. You should be ambitious. You want to be better every day. If you're not trying to become better every day, then you should stay at home and not play football. But he was good today, and I'm really pleased for that boy.
How important were the changes that you made in the second half just to get you back in control after a difficult start to that second half?
Yeah, we got a difficult start and we gave that stupid unnecessary goal away, and then the momentum was changing a bit. So I think the subs helped a bit in that way, and then we created a couple of good chances afterwards. Really, 100% chances where I normally score goals. But in the end of the day, when you start a new year, you would like to start with 3 points. I know it's going to be a long season and there will be ups and downs, but it's always nice to have the first 3 points at our fortress.
9 minutes added on at the end. I think there was 7 in the first half as well. You've sat here and last year saying how much the ball has not been in play. So are you quite happy to see what's happened?
Yeah, brilliant. We should have done that for years ago. It's been terrible for years. We are killing our product. No, of course. Fans are paying hell of a lot of money. So we need to give them something back, and that means that the ball needs to be more in play. So I'm really, really happy with those decisions, and I think it's the right way to go. Football is a great sport. We had it for many years. We've seen joy with the youth. When you're playing a street, in the schoolyard, we've seen joy in the big stadium. But we also want to keep this product for years to go. So I think it's a very good decision.
Even when you're winning 2-1 and you want that whistle?
Maybe I'm a bit of a romanticer, but I'm thinking on the long term for football as well.
It's going to stop people taking the ball into the corner for a couple of minutes in stoppage time, isn't it? If they're going to put 9 up.
Yeah, but I think the ball needs to be in play. When you start as a young boy, why are you starting playing football, Andy? Have you played football?
Badly.
Yeah, but when are you starting? When you start to play football, you do it with a reason, because you want to play with the ball. So, yeah, get the ball in play.
You've got a game Tuesday, haven't you, as well? Will it be an opportunity to give some of the boys who are perhaps on the bench an opportunity?
Yeah, some of those boys will of course get minutes. We all know that we lost a couple of players this season if you compare it with last season. So we need also to try to get the other players into the great fitness. They're already fit, but also get game time as well.
Joe Rankin Costello went off. Is that precautionary, or is there an injury there?
No, I think he's okay, but I will hear that for Andy later on tonight.
Right. Just a final point on the atmosphere today. What did you make of it?
Very easy. I liked it. It was good, huh? I really enjoyed it, and that's great to see. There was also one of my first comments after the game when I was just looking around, when I saw the joy and the happiness and the smiles on the fans. It make you proud, and then we've done something right. But it was great to hear our fans as well. Almost 70,000. Nice.
Much just as your goalkeeper. Is there any news for us?
No, but I heard of our CAO, Steve Waggart. He was, I think he had an interview with you actually, and he said there were coming 3 or 4 players in. So it was very nice, but I haven't heard anything yet. But you'll be one of the first ones to know it.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Of course, Blackburn Rovers opening up with a fantastic win, nail-biting win. Of course, we don't do it any other way, of course. And yeah, build-up already starts for the Carabao Cup, also with an eye open for Rotherham next weekend. We're going to have unlimited coverage, of course, for Rotherham. That's coming at you throughout the week, and I hope to have some sort of coverage for the Carabao Cup game up against Walsall. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you thumbs up, make sure you smash the little bell as well. Of course, we've got to get the subscribers in. We've got to get the notifications on. Of course, does wonders for the channel. Please give us a little like on the old Rovers review here to get it out there in the wide world for others to listen and enjoy. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell, and of course, I'll catch you back whenever we come back around next week. But until then, I'll see you soon for the next one.